Triangle head means venomous snake, and round head means non-venomous. I can tell you right now never to use that, else you're probably going to get bit by a highly toxic snake. Probably the worst one you want to find that out on here in the US is the coral snake. Coral snakes do not have a triangle head, yet they have an extremely toxic venom, or just in general. The England tie-pin snake I just got done saying is the most toxic snake. They don't have that triangle head either. So many snakes and many of these characteristics don't follow these rules. So don't use them. The only ways you are going to know if it's venomous or not is if you open up its mouth and look for the venom apparatus, or let the snake bite you, see how you feel in 15 minutes, you'll get your answer. But here in South Dakota, we do have two snakes that easily get mixed up. One of them is a non-venomous species called a bull snake. The other one is a venomous species called the prairie rattlesnake. Now this is the prairie rattlesnake, so it's a venomous species. But the reason why they get so mixed up is one, they look very similar to each other. They're very similar color and pattern. Now two, a lot of people don't realize a lot of snakes shake their tails, not just rattlesnakes. As you may or may not have seen earlier, the cottonmouth was shaking his tail as well. But some other snakes that brought out today that'll shake their tail, the creepo and the mangrove will both do it. Now a lot of snakes have realized a lot of predators don't go near rattlesnakes because they know they're venomous, and they kind of know that by the rattle and the shaking tail. So a lot of snakes have adopted that idea of shaking the tail to scare off predators. However, bull snakes are able to take it one step further. They're able to make a hissing noise in their throat. That sounds very similar to a rattlesnake's rattle. So normally what happens is people see the snake, they see it shaking its tail, they hear that sound and think rattlesnake. Now if you don't know 100% if it is a rattlesnake or a bull snake, I recommend not going anywhere near it, because you don't want to find out the hard way and see that it was a rattlesnake in the end. But with rattlesnakes, there is a lot of myths. Probably the biggest myth is that you can find the age of the rattlesnake by counting the number of segments on its tail. Now, this is completely false. The rattlesnakes gain a new segment on their tail every time they shed. Now, this can be from 1 to 6 or even upwards of 10 times a year, and they can break off very easily. They're only made of keratin, which is the same material as like your hair or your fingernails. They're very brittle. But when it comes to rattlesnakes as well, at least in general, a lot of people will tell you that you need to run. Now, running is not a bad option. It's better than sitting and petting it, but there's just one flaw. If you decided to run and not see the snake, there's a big chance you're just going to run right over it. That's an easy way of getting bit. Because these snakes, they don't like to be seen. Normally they're going to be in tall grass or in rocks, and you won't know where they are. You're just going to hear the sound. So what you really want to do is you want to freeze. If you don't like snakes, I understand how this sounds like a horrible idea. But once you freeze for long enough, he's going to start to calm down, because he realizes you're not getting any closer to him, and he doesn't have to worry too much about being stepped on. You're a massive animal compared to him. So that is a big fear that they have. But once you freeze, then you kind of find out where he is, just walk in the other direction. The farther away you are, the calmer he's going to become. Sometimes. There we go. So yes, if you don't like snakes, I can tell you, more people are bitten trying to catch and kill them than by leaving them alone. So if you find yourself near one, or like this rattlesnake for example, you just walk away, you'll be perfectly fine. He doesn't want to be any closer to you than you are to it. He's going to walk away, and you're going to walk away, you guys will have a happy day. But here's my last snake of the day. He's also going to conclude my show. I'm going to leave him over here on the side for all you guys to come up and look at. A lot of people don't actually know what these guys look like in person. Some people will live their entire life in this state and never see one. This is probably the best place to see one when there's a glass pane in front of you. However, he's going to be sitting there. Like I said earlier though, I'm going to bring out Marilyn for all you guys to come up and pet. You're more than welcome to ask me any questions as well. And I want to say again, thank you for coming to the snake show at Reptile Gardens today.